Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be reviewing a few concept arts and set photos that have been released recently in the past week. So yeah, I'm going to start off with this one of Quicksilver. This is a concept art that was released in the Marvel special that was shown last week on ABC, I believe, or no, what was it? Um, Not ABC, AMC. Yeah, ABC actually. So yeah, this first one is of Quicksilver, and what I noticed first off is he doesn't really have his white hair, which is kind of interesting. Besides that, you really just have him running through some soldiers or robots of some sort. So that is pretty cool. But one main thing I do notice is his white hair or his lack of white hair. This next one is of Quicksilver set photos that were released sometime in the last 2 days. The actor, can't really remember his name off the top of my head. He does seem to be sporting the white hair. He also seems to be sporting a grayer or gray suit, which is different from the one of the concept art. And I also do notice he has a lightning bolt right on his side, which is pretty cool. Kind of a callback on the original Quicksilver. I also do notice that this actor is not the same one as the one they're going to use for Days of Future Past. Which is kind of interesting in my opinion. But I do kind of understand as to why they won't be using the same actor. Not to connect the X-Men world and the Avengers world, just yet. So or at all, but whatever the case is. So I kind of do understand as to why they're not using the same actor, but whatever. This next one is of Scarlet Witch. She seems to be in some kind of factory or maybe a volcano of some sort. And, as you could tell from the red magma or heat thing right there to her side. She seems to be sporting a white dress and red, presumably leather jacket, and with a necklace right there. She seems to be using her powers. And yeah, she kind of reminds me of kind of Phoenix a bit, but whatever. Phoenix or Phoenix Stage, from X-Men, which is kind of interesting considering she is technically a mutant. Really nothing much much more I could say about this concept art. This one is of Scarlet Witch, Emily Olsen here. An actual set photo. You have rubble there on the background, so it seems like they were just shooting a giant fight scene. One notable difference I do see here is that instead of the white dress seen in the concept art, she's wearing a black one. She also seems to be wearing a bit of makeup, which is kind of awkward in my opinion. But whatever, makes her look a little bit better. And in a way, I just don't really like the angle this picture was shot. But overall, it is a pretty good image as to how Emily Olsen will be looking in the movie. This next one is of Iron Man. It seems there is Robo in the background. Not really much to say about this photo. Just Iron Man, Robo in the background. That's really it. And this next one is of Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch. Again, you see more Robo in the background. You have Hawkeye, shooting something or presumably shooting at something. Maybe saving Scarlet Witch. Maybe she's ducking so an arrow doesn't hit her. Then you also have Scarlet Witch. No. Scarlet Witch. Wait, what was this saying? Sorry, had a brain fart. You also have Scarlet Witch, presumably using her powers, maybe just ducking, whatever the case is. I'm assuming she's actually using her powers just because of the way her hands are in this photo. So yeah. Really not much I could say much more about this photo except the rubble, so it seems like they are still in battle. This next photo is of Ultron, the first official look of Ultron. I will say that I really don't like that handle that's right there to his right. Kind of bothers me, but not really much to say about that. As for Ultron, as to how he looks, this is really just like the person who's gonna play him on set. Obviously, there's gonna be a bit more CGI on him. But yeah, CGI. First, it's the first actual live, I guess you could say, not live, but can't really think of the correct word, but I guess live version of him. I guess the first live version you could say, but I really can't think of the word off the top of my head. But, I guess it's the first live version or human version. I guess before the CGI, you always need to have a person actually playing it, and then have the CGI. But so it is pretty cool to actually see how it may turn out a bit before the CGI. Okay, this one is also of Avengers. Some concept art. You have the Juggernaut Iron Man suit going against Hulk. Pretty interesting. They seem to be in some kind of construction site. Just off the background as to how that will be portrayed in the movie, I really don't think that's going to be in a construction site, but it's pretty cool as to what they're envisioning. You have Hulk going against Iron Man, which is pretty interesting, considering that both of them are Avengers. Hopefully, this does hint something like more along the lines of a Hulk movie or Hulk reboot or something like that. Hulk 2 or Hulk reboot, and hopefully they will use the story arcs of World War Hulk or Planet Hulk or something like that to actually make a Hulk movie sometime in the future. Hopefully this piece of concept art hints towards it, and yeah. This next one is of Hulk and Black Widow. Black Widow looks a bit awkward in my opinion, but I think that's because her suit kind of has a blue tint in this photo, and her hair looks redder than usual. Have this building that's collapsing all around them, and yeah, Hulk, he looks kind of distressed, but whatever the case is, I don't know. Maybe the building's just exploding or whatever. So yeah, I'm not really much to say. You seem to be by this apartment building that's about to collapse. These next two pieces of concept art are for the Ant-Man movie. This one is of Ant-Man in his miniature size. He seems to be looking out through an air vent. His back turned, kind of shadowed or silhouetted. You have him looking into this hallway that's white. I'm gonna assume that's like some kind of hospital hallway or an apartment building hallway, just from the way it looks like. You do have the doors closed. And right there in the middle, you kind of have like what seems to be like 2 feet or something. I really don't know what that is. Maybe I really don't know. Just it seems to be something right there in the middle that may indicate humans, or larger, more normal humans, if you may. But it does seem like he may be in some kind of apartment or maybe a hotel or maybe even a hospital. He does seem to be in this miniature stage. So yeah. This next one is also of Ant-Man. He seems to be falling from something. I'm gonna say it's also from the air vent. Yeah, he may also be falling from like an elevator shaft, just from the thing that's on top of him. I actually kind of like this photo. You see a better view of how the Ant-Man suit may look like. But I really don't like this picture because the scene they're trying to portray in this this image really doesn't look good in my opinion. He also has his hands over him, so he may be trying to carry something, or he may just be falling. I really don't know. This image doesn't really portray the scene well, but for how the suit will end up looking like, it is pretty cool. Sorry. This next one is of Guardians of the Galaxy. You have Rocket Raccoon and Star-Lord, or Peter Quill, whatever. You have Rocket Raccoon with his machine gun, and Peter with his Star-Lord, whatever, with his handgun, handgun and a grenade or some kind of orb right there on his other hand. They seem to be on some kind of marketplace, alien marketplace, or maybe even the prison, the galactic prison where they're supposed to be held up at the beginning of the movie. Not really much I can say about this image. It looks pretty cool. But I really don't think it could be the prison, the galactic prison, because what are the odds that they're gonna have a Rocket Raccoon with a machine gun? Well, then again, in the trailer they did have Rocket Raccoon with a machine gun, so and that kind of did look like the prison. So whatever the case is, it still looks pretty cool. And yeah, this last image is also of Guardians of the Galaxy. It really doesn't really show a specific scene. It's just really some concept art as to how Groot and Rocket Raccoon should look like at the end. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. They're just really yelling or shouting. not really much I could say about this image. It really doesn't really show us any specific scene. Sorry, but it is pretty cool. And that's it for this video. Remember to subscribe. I also do other videos such as this, giving my thoughts on posters and behind the scenes images and concept art and other things of that nature. Also, I review movies, TV shows, and comics, so definitely stay tuned for those. Sorry. Um, Besides that, remember to comment down below on your thoughts on the images and which one was your favorite image. Out of all of these, I think my favorite image would have to be maybe the first image of Ultron, or maybe the Juggernaut versus the Hulk image. Those two I really do like. I also actually really like this image. So any of those are my favorite images. So yeah, comment down below on which one was your favorite image out of I think these are about 10. Out of these 13 images, yeah, 13 images. So yeah, which one's your favorite image? I gave you my top three. Give top three, top two, top one, top five, however tops, or maybe in order. But which one was your favorite image of all? Comment down below. Besides that, share on Facebook, Twitter, or MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.